to a place of peace. This is Devin Taylor, the lead speaker of APOP. And today we're going to go in on a longer message. I haven't been posting too many messages because I've been actually dealing with life. I've been actually learning new lessons and developing myself as a better speaker, leader, and also developing APOP, a place of peace, where we're focused on helping people live a peace in their lifestyle. So let's jump into today's message. Please forgive me. I don't know why I always look so rough on camera, but just the way I am. I'm just an ugly guy some days, right? But the message has to get out. Today's message, we're going to be talking about the mysteries and the science of sacrifice and the mysteries of a blood offering. But that's just going to be on the tail end of this message, where I'm explaining what blood offerings are and how they work. Because when I explain how regular offerings work, sacrifice works, and I explain what the details are of sacrifice, then you'll be able to understand what a blood sacrifice is pretty easily. So let's jump in. I have my notes here with me because I want to stay according to my timeline, because the timeline is super important for explaining it in order. And also I want to talk about specific vocabulary words that I'm going to introduce before I get into the meat of the message, so that you have a full awareness of what I'm talking about, right? So let's jump in. Today's message is entitled The Mysteries and the Science of Sacrifice and Blood Offerings. This message is a reminder to peacemakers, not only to live your life using sacrifice, but also to remind those around you the importance of sacrifice and what it means. And once you understand that my messages here are not simply to preach to you, but they are also, the core of these messages are to spread the message of peace, to share the message of peace with those who are not yet aware that peace actually is your natural state. So this message, first of all, is for those to be reminded of living in peace, and also share with others this message. Okay. Second, this message's purpose is to provide some science, some wisdom and understanding to help spread the message of sacrifice. Number 3 purpose for this message is to correct the miseducation, the misinformation that good deeds and selfless acts carry karmic energy. This is something we want to correct within society. I want to give you the tools you need to understand that doing good deeds does not attach you to karmic goodness. It actually does something different, and we're going to talk about that. Lastly, the final purpose of me creating this message is to encourage goodness on earth and in heaven. The purpose of me sharing these messages are to produce a better world. Okay? This message will be citing the Bible as well as the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, to some American people who are not familiar with other forms of spiritual walks that have happened before Christianity, the Bhagavad Gita. I'm sorry, my fingers are messed up. I've been working a lot, but this is the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. My hands have been a little working. I've been working a lot, but it's all good. I've got the solution. went and picked up a lot of hand stuff to prepare my hands. Anywho, cameras, man, they are very revealing. But anyways, this is another version of the Bhagavad Gita. And I encourage you to go check it out because it's really powerful. It's very practical and it's very modern, even though it was written a long time ago. Yeah, I gotta fix my nails, guys. It's pretty ugly. I'll fix them. But anyways, let's continue. I'm gonna go live about this, but I definitely want to make this as my YouTube video because I want you to be able to go and verify what I'm saying and take it home and make sure that you get a good understanding, right? Again, I said this message will be referencing verses from the Bible as well as verses from the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is basically an Indian spiritual book of poems and phrases, right? And they're made so that you can stay mindful of God, because those that are mindful of God will have closeness with God. And so next I want to jump in on some specific vocabulary words that I believe are going to be helpful to understand the message. And about roughly 7 different vocabulary words. These are the first word we're going to talk about is devas, D-E-V-A-S, devas. Second, Arjuna. Third, karma. Fourth word, Brahman. Fifth word, dharma. Sixth word, rajas. I don't know exactly that. It's not Spanish. R-A-G-A-S. R-A-G-A-S. My lips have been peeling a lot lately too, so forgive me, my parents. But anywho, let's keep going. What matters is this message. So if I'm too hard to look at, just put the phone down, or you go listen to APOP radio, because I'm going to have this message there too. So if I'm just not looking too hot for you and it's hard to look at, just put me down and listen, because this is an important message. Okay, also, the wheel of sacrifice. We want to talk about what the wheel of sacrifice is, the principle of the wheel of sacrifice. So let's talk about the first vocabulary word, which is devas. D-E-V-A-S, devas. My name is Devin, and I spell mine D-E-V-I-N. The word devas is D-E-V-A, deva. And what is a deva? A diva. I think about diva, but diva is D-I-V-A. I wonder if it has any correlation. But let's talk about what this word means. Deva is a Sanskrit word meaning radiant or shining one. It refers to a god or a deity found in both the Vedic, Hinduism, and Buddhism. These beings are created to help regulate the cosmos, and they stand as the opposition to the asuras, which would be something that we can look at as a disagreeable force or a demonic or deviant force. So you have a deva, which is a agreeable, righteous force naturally that was created to regulate the cosmic realm, which is our world, the stars, the moon, the spirit realm. These devas are basically angels in today's society that are created to regulate the cosmic society. Doesn't that make any sense? Like, you have Gabriel, you have Michael, you have Lucifer, you have Melchizedek. These are all spiritual beings that are created on assignment to regulate the cosmic realms. Okay, pretty simple. So a deva, D-E-V-A, is an angel, and asuras would be what we know as a demon. But I wouldn't hold too fast to those words either, because later on in history, a deva to a Christian is a demon, even though that is entirely ignorant and incorrect. But nonetheless, Christians are calling angels demons and demons angels. So in reality, these beings are powerful sources in the cosmos set by God. They are set by God. And we're going to explain some of these things because a lot of us are really confused about what evil is and what good is and its purpose. But when you're God, if you step into the thinking of God, you'll make a lot more sense of it and take away all the fear of not understanding what's going on, you know? So anyways, let's go into the some more understanding of what a deva is. Devas are invisible to the human eye, and we can detect them by using our spiritual senses, our third eye, our spiritual eye. And if you believe as a Christian, you say, well, we don't have third eyes. Well, then when Jesus was talking in the Bible and he said, those that have an ear, let them hear. That is exactly what I'm talking about, your spiritual self. Anywho, devas are in the spirit realm, and you can detect them using your spiritual senses, right? These celestial beings who share their godlike characteristics. They live longer, they are generally more powerful and happier than the average human. We have in history described these devas as 33 beings that lead to the supreme ruler as number one. And another video will go into it in depth and what these all mean and how they're actually angels that we think about today. But they've never gone anywhere. They've changed names. They might have changed appearance to the average Christian or religious person, right? But they are still the same exact beings as in the beginning. And this is information that is necessary to know, because I want to connect the dots in just a second. We're going over the vocabulary. We've talked about devas so far. The next vocabulary word we're going to talk about is Arjuna. Arjuna is a character that's similar to Abraham in the Bible. It was considered God's or Krishna. Krishna, it would be considered. My nails look terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Krishna is basically the companion to a gentleman named Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita and as well in the Mahabharata. The Mahabharata is a mythological story that was created for the assembling of lessons so that we can learn information and wisdom that we might have to normally take multiple lifetimes to learn, right? So Krishna in this Bhagavad Gita, the Gita, Krishna is instructing and guiding this character, Arjuna, similar to how he did Moses and Abraham and so on, right? So Arjuna is a guy in a story that Krishna is instructing on how to live and be close to God, okay? Next, let's talk about the word karma. Karma can be defined as an action or work or deed that carries the principle of cause and effect. Karma is a result of our actions or inactions. That makes sense, right? Karma. So we've said devas, we've gone over karma, and we talked about the character named Arjuna, which is a mythological man that Krishna is guiding and ministering to in his kingship. And so the next word we're going to talk about is dharma. D-H-A-R-M-A. Dharma. D-H-A-R-M-A. This cosmic law, this is what dharma is. Dharma is cosmic law. That's what it means. It means the underlying rights and behaviors and social order of the cosmic realm. An individual's duty. Dharma can be described as your individual duty to the cosmos. And it also, dharma is said to be for the soul and not for the body. So these are actions. Dharma is the purpose of your soul. That makes sense, right? So dharma is cosmic law, and your being has a purpose, and that is in many ancient religions and walks of life, they say if you do your dharma, it would be doing your soul's purpose. Got it? Makes sense. Also, we want to talk about rajas. R-A-J-A-S. I don't know if that's pronouncing it correctly because it's Sanskrit, not Spanish. But it's associated with passion, energy, and movement. Rajas is said to be the energy that we have. It's like passionate, consuming energy. Sometimes we get sidetracked by our passions, right? That's the reason why I'm bringing it up, because you'll understand it as we keep going. Anyways, let's get started in the message.